Hey everybody. I probably should write these before I actually do them, but then it would look weird, be me reading, and I don't know, it seems strange. The thing I want to talk about today is the Occupy movement, and the basis of the Occupy movement is nonviolence, which is the way Gandhi's movement was. And Gandhi had a very famous statement about nonviolent revolution. He said, what did he say? First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then you win. And that's why when people are down on the movement or sort of don't get behind it, it's gone very far in two months' time. People don't realize that it has grown. So first they ignore you. That's what the news did. In the first month or so, they were ignored. But it took very little time to get attention. So they passed that. Then they laugh at you. And you're getting a lot of that from the news reporters saying what's going on, why. I get it from just regular blue-collar people. When I show enthusiasm for Occupy Wall Street, I get just really heavy belly laughs from people who we're fighting for. Anybody who has a pension, anybody who's a blue-collar union person who has a pension, the Occupy people are fighting for you. How your money is being taken care of and making sure that it's all there when you retire. So the last statement is, then you win. Some people say there should be in the middle of there, then they fight you. But yesterday's vlog, or whatever you call this, I told you that that bigger movements or bigger protests are coming. And I had no idea about the general strike in the UK, which 2 million people showed up to. And the reason why they showed up, the lighting is terrible today, I'm sorry. The reason why they showed up to the protest was because their pensions were being screwed with. They were going to ask to give more money to the pension and work more hours. 2 million people showed up in the streets. A general strike. Now, if that doesn't show you the power of the movement, I don't know what to tell you. The problem is you're not going to see a lot of press coverage. It's incredibly difficult to one, find information, accurate information, and to two, to share properly. Everybody has their causes. I'm very aware that today is World AIDS Day, but I'm saying all these causes have to come together. We all sort of have to hold hands, and that's what I think Occupy Wall Street is about. They picked a particular term, but maybe the term or maybe the slogan will evolve. But make no mistake, and the thing is I want to say is the people who belly laugh is it just kind of motivates me from within because they're laughing at me, and I'm like, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for your rights. That's why I always find it strange when you talk to someone who you just know they don't seem to get it. It's like if you talk to a gay Republican and they're very staunch Republicans, you're like, yeah, I'm fighting for you. I'm fighting for your rights. I want you to be able to have marriage and equal rights across the board. I'm fighting for you. So you can laugh at me all you want, but I'm not going to stop fighting for you. And that's the way I feel when people laugh. The biggest problem we have is getting America to be as motivated as the UK. Like I said, I didn't know, you see these amazing protests in Egypt and these other countries where these people are literally putting their lives on the line, not only when they're in the streets, but they can be followed home, and these governments completely, have no organization. It's just full of corruption. So your life is literally every day, in their hands. And and I wish I knew the title of this law that was just passed. I don't have the the defense of military something. See, and this is where it all goes wrong for me. But there was a bill that just passed in Congress. 60 people voted for it. I'd love to know their names. Where you will be able to be detained indefinitely by the military. Yep. So literally, we have become a police state. And I listen to the news driving home. I listen to the news all the time. I heard nothing about it. And this goes. The only news organization that I've heard mention of it was Huffington Post. So I'm going to find that article and I'll post it to you. But the problem is nobody really cares about any of this stuff until that bright light is shined on you and you're taken in indefinitely. Then you're like, wow, I really should have maybe showed up to those protests. And what I'm saying is no one cares to take action until until their pension is messed with, until they're not getting their raise, and that's why they call it a slippery slope. If you don't act now, eventually they're coming for you. Eventually they're coming for you. There's a line from Lord of the Rings. I'll probably mess this up too. Where he goes to Frodo, "Are you scared? You should be."